Welcome back to the Daddy Cliff channel, my South Korean dreamers. Today we are going to look at a great opportunity to do an undergraduate program at Sungkyunkwan University. Sungkyunkwan University is about 2 stops away from Suwon Station, and that is the line that leads to Seoul, the capital of South Korea, which means it will be easy for you to visit Seoul whenever you want to if you study at Sungkyunkwan University. They have some scholarship opportunities for undergraduate foreign students who would love to study in South Korea. Without taking too much of your time, let's get into the details of this scholarship. As you can see here, it is written Sungkyunkwan University, and it is the 2024 Spring Admission Guide for foreign students. Now let's look at the admission schedule. It says there are 2 rounds of admission. You have the online application, which is expected to begin on the 21st of August. And it will end on the 1st of September. And then the next one is expected to begin from the 6th of November. And then it will end on the 17th of November. This means in case you're not able to prepare your documents and prepare for the first round, you must make sure you meet up with the deadline to apply for the second round. But it is also important for you to know that in case you succeed in the first round of application, you are not authorized to apply for the second round of application. And then also make sure you submit your document through postal from the 21st of August right up to the 4th of September, or from the 6th of November right up to the 20th of November. Make sure you respect the deadlines. It is very important. And then they will start announcing admission from the 27th of October right up to the 5th of January, and then you would begin your academic year in late February, early March. This is the address as to where you would have to post your documents, your application documents. It is important for me to indicate here that you would have to apply online first, and then make sure you post the hard copies of your documents. And also it is very important for you to know that you can either apostille or authenticate your documents at the Korean Consular General in your home country. It is very important. Documents that will not be authenticated or apostilled will not be recognized. They will not be accepted for this application round at Sungkyunkwan University in South Korea. Now let's look at the application tracks and the application quotas. It is very important to note that there are 2 application tracks or quotas. Let's look at them. It says application track. There is the Korean track admission unit that requires Korean proficiency. If you are taking the Korean track, know that you should know Korean language when applying for this. And then there is the English track that requires English proficiency. We will look at the English proficiencies that are required and the level of Korean proficiency that is required for track 1 as we proceed. Let's look at the Korean track A in details. They say applicants must apply to 2 admission units. First admission unit will be prioritized. So this is the first admission unit. It is also considered as your choice 1, and these are the majors that you can apply to. You can select one and apply for it, but note that if you select architecture, it is a 5-year program. And then there is unit 2. This is the second choice. It begins with the College of Humanities, and then there is Natural Science, and then there is College of Engineering, and then there is Electronic and Electrical Engineering. And then here it has been indicated theater, architecture, recruiting freshmen only in spring. It is very important that you take note of this. If you are going in for theater or architecture, know that you can only begin your classes in spring next year. In Korean track B, you can apply only to 1 admission unit. So this is the admission unit, and then these are the program. It is very important when applying online for you to select either Korean track A or Korean track B. In case you select Korean track A, know that you would have to take choice 1 and then choice 2. But if you take Korean track B, know that you would only take 1 unit. There is also the English track. Here you have English track. Applicants may apply only to 1 admission unit. You have admission unit, there is software, School of Convergence, Global Convergence, and then there is Global Economics, there is Global Business Administration, and then there is biomedical engineering. Those are the different programs that you can apply to. And then also take note of this. It says global economics, global business administration, biomedical engineering, recruiting freshmen only in the spring semester. It is very important that you take note of the fact that they can only accept students for spring semester. They do not accept students for fall. So when applying, make sure you take the option of spring admission, or know that you would only start classes in spring. Okay, and then also it is very important to note that they say here, freshmen of School of Convergence students are only allowed to major in global convergence from the second year. Majoring in data science convergence, artificial intelligence convergence, culture and technology convergence of School of Convergence is not allowed. So if you take School of Convergence, know that you would have to do only global convergence. It is very important. Make your decisions wisely. And then they say graduation requirement. English tracks do not need to take topic as a graduation requirement. I forgot to indicate here that if you are applying for the Korean track, you would need a certain level of Korean language. You should be applying with at least level 4 of Korean language. Let me show you on the document. They say prior to promotion to the second grade, it is essential to achieve grades of topic level 4 or above. And then if you go down again, it says department. After being promoted to the second grade, it is necessary to obtain and submit grades of Korean language proficiency test topic level 4 or higher to apply for major courses. It is very important to note that you would go and study, and then before you get to the second year of studies, you must provide proficiency in Korean language. And then also, if in case you are able to obtain level 4 before you graduate, you must make sure you upgrade to level 5 of topic. It is a requirement for graduation, but for those who would be taking English language programs, they do not need to worry about topic. It is not a graduation requirement. As it is indicated here, English track applicants do not need to take topic as graduation requirement. Now let's look at language requirement. It says here, Korean track A, topic score report submission, Sungkyunkwan Language Institute transcript and completion certificate, Korean language level 3 or higher is recommended. It is very important for you to know that if you are applying for any of the Korean tracks, that's track A or B, you must make sure you have at least level 3 or higher of topic for you to be considered. And then next thing, English language requirement. They do recognize the standardized tests like TOEFL, IELTS, STEPS, TOEIC. And then here, this is the sweet part. Students with nationality that use English as a mother tongue official language can submit proof of secondary, both middle and high school education completion within their home country. You can provide a document that indicates that your studies were carried out in English. It will be accepted. You can go to your high schools and get documents to prove that in your high school studies are carried out in English. But it is also important for you to know that you must apostille those documents. It is stated here, apostille required. And they say if there isn't apostille or consular confirmation, the document is not recognizable. And then next, it is also important to note that there are certain mandatory documents, beginning with the application document that you must fill out and print, letter of consent, list of submitted document file, and then there is copy of passport, and then even the passport of both parents. It is very important. There are other documents that you would have to read and then understand. But then about language core, it is very important for you to go into details and look at the different majors. Some majors might have more requirements. For example, we talked about some majors that might require you to have a certain level of Korean language. Some might accept you with level 3 topics. Some might accept you only with level 4. Some might want that you should have at least level 5. So you must make sure you go through the application guideline, go through the university website, which I will place down in the description, and then look at the details. Before we continue, it is also important to note that there are other scholarships on my channel like KDI, and there is an important video that you must watch where I said do not come to South Korea. Before coming to South Korea, you must make sure you understand South Korea first through that video. Watch that video and make the decision, because sometimes people think about coming to Korea and be like in some paradise. Know that you might not meet the expectations that you might be having on your mind. So try to understand South Korea through me, through my point of view. You might come and find it different, good and fine, but at least try to understand certain things about South Korea before you decide to come to South Korea. Let's continue with application fee. Unfortunately, there is an application fee for this scholarship. The application fee is 150,000 Korean won, which is slightly lower than $150. You must pay before your documents will be considered for screening, and then decisions can only be made after you must have paid that application fee. It is very important that you know that when applying, there is an application fee of 150,000 Korean won. Now, scholarships. Let's look at international scholarship. But before we continue, it is important for me to state here that there are different types of scholarship. There is a probability that based on your grades, if you do not have very good grades, they might decide to give you maybe 80% scholarship, and then you would have to pay the remaining 20% scholarship. There are many different types of scholarships that we will look at in this application guideline. Let's look at it. So the first one is admission scholarship. It says here, separate application for admission scholarship is not required. An applicant can check the nomination result and amount he/she will receive at the time of admission announcement. They say from 100 to 10 of dues, including entrance fee, will be waived for remarkable freshmen. If you have very exceptional high school grades and maybe you have a good level of Korean language understanding, exceptional documents for English, the scores are good. Yeah, like your Korean language scores are good, your English language scores are good, and then you have very good grades in every subject, you might benefit from 100% scholarship. But you would only know when the result starts coming out. And then the next one is merit-based scholarship. This is scholarship from 30 to 70% of semester tuition fee is granted for 2nd to 8th semester based on the rank of academic performance. This one now is not for those who are applying like freshmen. This one is when you must have already had the scholarship. Maybe you succeeded in getting 100% scholarship and then went to South Korea, started your school. You must make sure that during your first semester your grades are good. If you do not have very good grades, if you do not perform well, they might decide to give you even 30% scholarship. They might decide to give you even 70% scholarship, which means you would have to pay the rest. So it is very important to note that you would have to make sure you score high from the 2nd to the 8th semester when you would already be in South Korea. It is very important that you make sure you maintain exceptional performance in your program. But it is important for me to tell you that most people usually get the scholarship if they are serious with schooling. So don't worry too much. If you know you really want to study and you come to South Korea, you focus on your studies, you will get the scholarship until the day you graduate. And then most important, the one that concerns us is the Samsung Global Sungkyunkwan Scholarship for foreign students. It says nomination will be held among remarkable freshmen. Interview may be held if needed. Nomination result will be notified individually to the nominee after 2nd qualification announcement. It is important for me to indicate here that in most cases, people who get this Sungkyunkwan scholarship are those who have some level of Korean language. So if you have topic like level 3 or 4, there is a high chance that they will give you this Samsung scholarship. So that's why I always tell people that it is important that you speak Hangugo. Hangugo를 아주 중요합니다. Korean language is super important. So this is what it will cover. Full dues for 4 academic years. That's 8 semesters including entrance fee. Students should meet one of the following. 1, 2. Students should take at least 12 credits. Taking 9 credits is allowed for the 7th semester. This is like your final semester of studies, and achieve 3.7 GPA or above without any F. So you must make sure you have good grades excluding F. In case of 1st and 2nd semester, they say 3.5 or above. They are simply saying here that from semester 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you should maintain at least 3.5 GPA for you to continue receiving your scholarship support. It is very important. And then second condition, students should take at least 12 credit. Taking 9 credit is allowed for the 7th semester and achieve overall 3.7 or above without any F grade. The rules follow the Article 4 of Scholarship Regulation. Disqualified if failed to meet the requirements twice. For example, during your 1st and 2nd semester, you're not able to obtain at least 3.5. you had maybe 3.4, then the second semester you still had 3.4, you will lose your scholarship. It is very important that you maintain a good grade. Here they are saying here, fail to meet this requirement 1, student will not be able to receive scholarship in the following semester. Okay, so let's say you had the scholarship and you went to Sungkyunkwan University and started your studies. During your first semester, you were not able to obtain at least 3.5. Know that you will be expected to pay the full tuition fee. It is very important. And then second, fail to meet the requirement twice, student will be disqualified and will not be able to receive scholarship in the remaining semesters. So you failed the first semester and then failed the second semester, you lose your scholarship. That means if you want to complete your undergraduate degree, you would have to pay the tuition fee for the whole period of studies. That's for 4 years of studies. It is very important that you take it serious. And then these are some other benefits. They say living expenses will be provided. They would give you 570,000 Korean won for living expenses for you to feed, take care of yourself. And it is expected that the total amount will be about 3.4 million Korean won for 1 semester. So it will be 3.4 million won divided by 6 months of studies, and it will give you 570,000 Korean won. And then there is a B part of the Samsung Global Scholarship. It says full due for 4 academic year, that's 8 semesters. Students should meet one of the following 1 and 2. Students should take at least 12 credits. Taking 9 credits is allowed for the 7th semester and achieve at least 3.7 GPA or above without any F. Again, like I said, once you get to the 7th and 8th semester, that will be your final year of undergraduate program, you are expected to have at least 3.7 GPA and 3.7 GPA for the 8th semester. But from semester 1 to semester 6, you should have at least 3.5 GPA to maintain, to continue to receive the scholarship. It is very important. This is why it says in case of first and second semester 3.5 or above. Students should take at least 12 credits. Taking 9 credits is allowed for the 7th and 8th semester and achieve overall 3.7 or above without any F. Again, same thing. You will be disqualified if you fail to meet the requirements twice. If you fail to meet it once, you will not be able to receive the scholarship in the 2nd semester. So this is it. Fail to meet the requirement twice, students will be disqualified and will not be able to receive scholarship in the remaining semester. What is the difference between scholarship A and scholarship B? The difference is here. Here you have these advantages. Living allowance, they would give you a dormitory, and then you would have one-to-one mentoring with a professor. But for B, you do not have those advantages. So it is very important that you know these rules when applying for this scholarship. So guys, that's it about the Sungkyunkwan scholarship to do an undergraduate degree to study in South Korea in spring next year. That's February. All I can do is wish you the best of luck. And again, remember, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.